Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Dr. Chris Scott. I'm a licensed psychologist practicing in the Houston area. Also, I'm a certified Gottman therapist and certified sex therapist through ASECT. So for today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on conflict management. For a lot of couples, what happens during the heat of a conflict is that they become flooded, or they get into a state where they're engaging in fight, flight, freeze, or appease. Basically, they can't concentrate, listen, or express themselves effectively. And so the conversation just isn't going to get any better. And the best thing to do is to take an effective break. The important thing when we talk about taking an effective break, however, is being able to do so in a way that de-escalates the conflict and lets us cool down and reconnect later. So first off, when we're in this fight, flight, or freeze state, we cannot just will ourselves to be calm. It's a physiological state due to a number of neurochemicals like cortisol or norepinephrine in our bloodstream. And no matter what we try to do, and as far as thinking calm thoughts or wanting to suppress it, we can't just make that state go away by will alone. It's going to take time, and we're going to need to cool off. So I coach my clients to basically just let their partner know, I'm feeling flooded right now and I need to take a break. Let's get back to this conversation after we have dinner, after we take a nap or sleep for the evening, or after work. That there's going to be a resumption of the conversation, but there's going to be enough time, and it needs to be at least 20 minutes, if not more, to cool down. Now, some people say, well, what if I'm not flooded, but the other person is? I encourage my clients to actually just say, I'm feeling flooded. Nobody likes to be told how they're feeling, and the same goes here. So if you think your partner is more flooded or more upset than you are, you still want to use this language. I'm flooded, let's take a break. Now, what do you do during this break? Well, first off, you do want to physically be apart from the other person. Secondly, you want to be able to do something that's soothing and in a safe way. So one example would be maybe petting your dog. Another might be doing relaxation exercises. There's some great relaxation techniques out there, including relaxation breathing, imagery, progressive muscle relaxation. And in the notes of this video, I actually am going to cite one of my favorite books, which is the Anxiety and Phobia Workbook, which has a lot of great activities in there. Now, when you're doing these activities, this will help you soothe yourself and bring your heart rate down and your breathing back to normal. And that's going to help you reset. However, we also have to be aware that when we're taking a break, that we have to be aware of any blame that we're engaging in towards the other person. It's very seductive to blame the other person, to think about all the ways that they've wronged you, to replay it in your head over and over again. That kind of thinking is not going to help. So if you catch yourself engaging in blame, I'd like you to do a couple things. First off, focus on the other person's positive attributes. Think about how they've contributed to the relationship. Maybe times that they've shared that they were sorry about what they've said or done. Also, I want you to ask yourself, have I done some of the things that I'm blaming my partner about? You know, if your partner said something harsh to you, ask yourself, have I ever said anything harsh to them? Let's be honest, probably yes. So when we're engaging in blame, we need to check that and try to either stop it or to counter it by positive thoughts. So after you've taken enough time, you'll want to try to come back together and start the conversation and repair. When you do that, you don't want to come in harsh or critical. What you do want to do is focus first on what you appreciate about the other person. It could be even as simple as, I appreciate that you respected our break and that you're here today and you're really wanting to work on this relationship. And then we want to talk about our perspectives without blame and taking turns. I suggest actually, folks, bringing a notepad and a pen and taking notes and summarizing what the other person says and trying to validate their emotions. So this is not easy for some people, and that's where therapy can come in and be really helpful.